In essence, mastering your time is not just about managing minutes and hours. It's about taking command of your life, making deliberate choices, and steering your journey towards success and fulfillment. There is the same complaint over and over again from people who don't know how to master their time, that they are out of time. From someone who has been struggling with procrastination and always setting things to the side. In the last couple of years, I started doing different practices, and I would love to share them with you, how to actually manage your time better. One thing that I do is I always empty my brain. I always dump whatever takes the space in my brain, just so I can see, when it comes to my time, how many things I can get done. What I mean when you're writing down your goals and what you're trying to achieve, for example, for the following week, I don't mean it that all of these goals need to be achieved. What I mean it is the more space you have in your head, the more comfortable you are going to feel with the time you have on your day. Basically, what it means is that if you write down all of the tasks that you have in your head and you're thinking, oh, I should do this in one day, seeing them on a page is gonna make it that much clearer for you, and it's going to be that much of a reality check when you're gonna realize, okay, I have time for this, this, and this. So you're not gonna be walking with your head in the clouds thinking that you have time for everything. No, you don't. Always dump your ideas and whatever you're trying to do for at least a couple of days ahead. I do it usually for the week, what I'm trying to do that week. And I don't feel guilty, I don't blame myself, and you shouldn't either, if I get 2 things done, if I get 5 things done. The same way you should really applaud yourself even if you get half of the things done. It's all about feeling gratitude. We should be really grateful. Prioritize tasks, and when I say prioritize, I don't mean from like washing the dishes to cooking. I mean house chores from self chores need to be separated. And what I noticed, and generally in having a busy schedule as I do, what I noticed it, and it's so true, that your chores expand to the amount of time you have. So if you know that you have 30 minutes and you need to tidy up or you need to make lunch, you will make sure it gets done in those 30 minutes. So it's all about how much time you allocate to a particular task and how important it is for you. If it's an unimportant task, I try to allocate minimum time, and if I don't get it done in that minimum time, I wait for a next window of minimum time. But I don't allocate it an hour just because I want to get it done in one day. Practice batch processing. Basically, if you're doing one thing, it's like stocking habits. You got to do 2-3 things at the same time. Like for me, if I sit to answer my emails and I know that I need to do a script for my YouTube video, so I allocate 15 minutes to one thing and 15 minutes to another thing. Practice time blocking, and I don't mean go on your calendar and block it on each day a particular task. I don't always rely on my computer. I don't always rely on my phone. I make it a habit to remember these things. I know that in the morning, every morning, I do my best to allocate time for my stretching, for my body movement that I do every morning, for my yoga practice. So whether or not it's in my calendar or it's in my phone, it is in my brain. It's in my mental calendar, which I always remember only the most important thing. Anything else, I rely on computer. But if it's something related to a self-care, I do my best to allocate it time mentally, so I don't have to like be in shock when I look at my calendar. I'm like, oh my God, I have an appointment in like an hour and I still need to do 100 things. So always try to do mental calendars and blocking time mentally for things that actually matter. One of the really cool techniques that I ran into lately, it's called the Eisenhower Tower. And here's how you do it. Here's how you separate your tasks into 4 groups according to this technique. You break it down in 4 quadrants: urgent and important, important, not urgent, urgent, not important, and not urgent and not important. So once you actually look clearly at the picture and you separate the tasks and you understand that you have been giving priority to maybe it's not important task, which will take so much of your time, look at this particular breakdown and allocate the necessary time to the most important tasks. Really great technique. Truly recommend it. Since we learned how to save time in the day and we went over the Eisenhower technique, now we know how to separate the tasks. Let's go over the benefits, why you should actually allocate time to each task separately. First of all, you're going to be that much more efficient, especially if you're a parent. It's so easy to get caught up in unimportant tasks that just need to get done right there on the spot. So by actually breaking down what's important and what's not, you are going to, besides freeing up so much more of your time, you're going to learn how to prioritize things. And this is truly important when you have children in your life, when you want to spend time with your loved ones. You will not be wasting your time on tasks that don't actually matter, and you will spend that much more time with your loved ones, with your family, with your children. You will have a better work-life balance. Enhanced productivity, again, going back to the fact that when you separate the tasks, that includes the task when it comes to self-development, not just your house chores. If you learn how to actually be productive by separating what's important to what's not important, even when it comes to your reading choices, even when it comes to your screen time choices, you will be that much more productive and that much more careful with what you're spending your time on. Opportunities maximization. It's so true that the more time you're gonna have on your hands when it comes to your personal life, you will have that much more time to invest back in yourself. Maybe there's a hobby you're trying to pursue. Maybe there's a career you're trying to start. By actually managing your time correctly, you will free up more of that time for yourself to pursue anything your heart desires. Let it be your 2024 resolution. Learn how to manage your time, because we all get the same 24 hours in a day, and some of us can do so much and some of us can barely go through one or two tasks. It's all about management. If you know how to do that, you can manage everything else in your life. Thank you for following. Thank you for watching. I will see you in my next video.